Today we're going to look at in particular this Cavs and Knicks and some absolutely inexcusable things the Cavs did on defense and why I think it ultimately was part of the reason they had a dramatic losses in the four games in the Eastern Conference Finals. But we're going to look in particular at transition defense. And so this first one isn't necessarily that bad, but it still highlights the idea that we're talking about. So first off, you have a three shot in the corner, and sure, the Cavs' philosophy is going to be to crash, especially at the bigs, try and get a rebound. That's fine. But you got to have the other players capable of getting back. You have two players, Harden and Donovan Mitchell, and then also this player that can get back. But instead, we're going to see Bridges do a tremendous job just sprinting down the court. And this causes a huge issue because, I mean, the Cavs make not anywhere near a good enough effort to get back. Quick outlet passes from Cat right there, and Josh looking to push the ball immediately is crucial. And you can see Strus is sprinting here, but you got to be aware. You got to communicate. Somebody's got to be able in a position where you can step up and take Bridges. Now, I get the idea is you have Brunson, you have Hart, and you have two people that need to have threats, but the Cavs got to do a better job talking on defense, or I guess next year got to do a better job talking on defense and make sure you do not have just a player just win a race and simply, even with not a great pass from Josh Hart, will get the battle and get to a layup simply because you beat him down the court in just terrible transition defense. But to clarify, that is nowhere near the worst fit. This is the kind of thing where I literally bench a player in high school. Like, you cannot have this and still be a functional defense. And so James Harden is going to settle for the step back and fine. He shoots have pretty good efficiency. But what he does after the shot is inexcusable. He's going to sit here, and he's not going for the rebound. So instead, he's just literally just sitting here, and Bridges is going to leak out. And it's like, as James Harden, you got to go back with him. Like, that's just absolutely inexcusable. You cannot just sit here and ball watch instead of getting back on defense. So instead, you have Donovan Mitchell, your star, go back, get a foul, take a foul, and then also be put in harm's way simply because you can't give up a layup, but you're still giving up two quality free throws because James Harden was essentially just playing unbelievably lazy defense. Very similar story this time with Cat. We're going to see, again, the ball gets moved around, pretty clean shot, and you get a good look from James Harden, but again, he's ball watching. And so you have Cat, which presents even more of a threat because you don't need him, because you have players like Josh Hart that can go get rebounds against undersized or oversized bigs. You can have Cat leak out here, and so then he creates a size advantage because you have Harden and, again, Mitchell, who are not going to have the size to get it. And so what it needs to be is it needs to be Mobley's responsibility, but Mobley, again, players stuck over here in no man's land, not crashing, not getting back, inexcusable. You got to do one or the other. You cannot simply be lurking in between and allow the Knicks to push because they do a tremendous job of it. Gets the outlet, and again, immediately looking to attack ahead. Who's with Cat? Nobody. You have these players step up. Fine, Mitchell is trying to communicate something, but what's he trying to say? Mobley, get over there. At this point, it's already too late. Either Donovan Mitchell's got to go over there to prevent the layup, or you just got to give up the layup, I guess, and that's what the Cavs would like to do. Mitchell doesn't take Cat. No one takes Cat, and you get a dunk at the rim. And then the single most egregious one that I think would just be automatic. You just don't play for the rest of the game for me. And so James Harden's going to settle for a shot. Again, not a terrible shot, whatever. He shoots at pretty good efficiency. And then again, what is he doing? Like, he's going in here to crash? Like, what are we pretending? James Harden, you going to go get this rebound? No. Instead, like, Jalen Brunson just has a huge area to go and push on offense. And he doesn't even have to run here. He could jog slowly and still be fine. Like, this is like this much space in a layup in a transition is absolutely unacceptable. James Harden's got to be out of this game. And the final one, the fact that we saw this so many times in the first quarter, the early part of the first quarter, just shows how much of an emphasis the Knicks were trying to make on it and how little of an emphasis the Cavs were trying to make it. Again, not a terrible shot. It's fine. But you just get absolutely beat right here. OG Anunoby just absolutely beats him. Yeah, Wade is in good position, just absolutely gets destroyed in a straight-up race, and you have a good pass. Josh Hart's going to find him, and this is something you just cannot allow and be an effective team on defense. Good for the Knicks. I don't think they'll be able to do that as aggressively with OKC or with the Spurs because they play much better defense from what I've seen.